Hey guys, I don't know if you noticed, but we're in the same outfits we were in the last video. Yeah, that's right, we're recording multiple videos this weekend for you to get you through the coming week. So, welcome back to Day Drinking with Bilbo. I'm your host, Bilbo, and thanks for my special guest drinker, Alyssa, for being here for this next round. Now, what we're going to do for this one is we're going to pair a beer, a whiskey, and a Mai Tai with a standard household food that you've probably got in your pantry. And for this episode, it's macaroni and cheese. The good old Kraft macaroni and cheese. We're not talking about your homemade macaroni casserole, which has its own place in the world. But we're talking about your childhood staple that's sitting in your cupboard that you get for under $1 a box. Throw in some milk and some butter, and you got yourself a tasty treat. Now, before we get started, I have a sincere complaint about macaroni and cheese. Kraft macaroni, store brand, doesn't matter. All of those boxes say that there are 3 servings in a box, and I call shenanigans. Because personally, I can eat a box and a half in a sitting, and then I'm probably going to grab a snack afterwards. So I think that their count is way off. Now, we are, of course, during that sentence, going to ignore looking at nutrition facts, calorie counts, and sodium counts in a box of macaroni and cheese, and just pretend that eating a box and a half is normal. All right. You want to get started with the beer?
Yep.
So, if you remember from last episode, we're doing this with a Sam Adams Cold Snap, which is a spiced white ale. Quite a tasty beer, if I might say. And then we're going to pair that with our yummy hot macaroni and cheese. Just came off the stove. Man, I love macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
My favorite meal, I think. I know I like to say seafood. And don't get me wrong, if you're taking me out, I'm going to make you buy me crab or lobster instead of macaroni and cheese. But, ooh, I have an opinion on this. Do you have anything?
You go first.
So, the beer became almost like it was on nitro. It became very creamy with the macaroni and cheese on my palate. And that's probably the cheese product, the milk and the butter. There's a lot of cream happening in a bowl of macaroni and cheese. And I think the two of those together just became this yummy, creamy drink on my palate. Really tasty, actually.
I think I would agree with that. I'm trying to think of a time that I've had beer and mac and cheese. And if I've done that pairing before, and I can't think I don't think I have. And it's very different. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I wonder if it would work with other beers, though. Like,
right.
If you're having a Bud Light or something. I mean, I don't think you'd get quite the experience we just got. Mm-mm. That was tasty, though. Did you rinse?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to go first, then. I've got the just the neat blended whiskey here. Remember that neat means just out of the bottle. You're not putting it on ice, nothing. It's just by itself in a glass. Man, I love macaroni and cheese. I said that already. Now that's a pairing I've had before. I'm going to let you sip before I say my piece. Because I drink whiskey with just about anything. It is my favorite drink of choice. I think if it wasn't frowned upon, I'd probably have it with oatmeal in the morning. So I've had that before, so I want to let you talk first on this one.
So it really mellowed out the whiskey. It was really smooth. Not that it wasn't smooth before, but there's no bite to it. It's just coat your mouth, and it's really good. So
what that is that's that fat that's in there's butter in here, there's milk in here, there's that powdered cheese. It's still cheese. There's a lot of fat content. And I don't mean fat like bad for you fat. We're talking about like oil and butter and fat on your palate. We're talking about a flavor profile here. And I've always said that you got 2 choices to change a whiskey as far as taste and profile goes. And it's fat and salt. That's it. If you eat something fatty, like a nice fatty white fish, that whiskey's going to taste so beautiful and creamy and mellow on your palate, which is exactly what happened with the mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. If you're doing something salty, now don't get me wrong, mac and cheese has a lot of sodium in it, but it's not a salt-forward flavor. That's also going to change the whiskey, and it's going to bring out some of that bite in the whiskey. So, just a little side note about how the food definitely affects the drink that you're having, and the drink affects the food that you're having. Salt and fat which we have a lot of in these bowls, and it's kind of a interesting, tasty combo. I really do enjoy
That's
that
good.
one. Yeah. Nope, we don't want to say yet if we like the beer or the whiskey better.
Right.
All right, we've rinsed.
Yep.
We're going on to the Mai Tai. And for those of you that don't know, a Mai Tai is pretty simple. It's 2 different kinds of rum and some orange juice, some pineapple juice, and then usually a little bit of a splash of grenadine and a splash of lime in there. Man, that's a good Mai Tai. Thoughts?
I don't know about that one. It was not my favorite. It tasted, once I had the mac and cheese and went back to the Mai Tai, it was very, like, cheesy, fruity, which,
Yep.
I mean, cheese and fruit aren't bad together. It wasn't.
Yeah, but we're talking about brie and a strawberry, not mac and cheese
Right.
powder dust and a Mai Tai.
Yeah, definitely, that was definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, out of the 3, that one's lost already. Well, then, out of the 2 remaining battles, which one was your favorite?
I'm going to have to say the whiskey because I really enjoyed what the mac and cheese did to the whiskey.
I would agree with that. I'm actually going to jump on board. So, if we look at the previous episode we filmed with the hot dog in these drinks, beer won. Mm-hmm. And in this round, whiskey won. So let's see who wins in episode 3. But you'll have to wait till the next episode to find out. In the meantime, remember, please keep your hands washed. Stay 6 feet away from strangers, and if you can avoid it, don't go anywhere. Stay home, unless you absolutely have to go out to get like a medication that you need, or you're out of eggs and you got to feed your family. Obviously, please go get that stuff, but don't go hang out anywhere, guys. Just stay home, be safe, and we'll get through this quarantine together. Mm-hmm. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.